Namaste, beautiful beings. This is Belinda Pearl, and welcome to this very auspicious week. We have solar eclipse, new moon Gemini from a Western perspective, or new moon Taurus from a Vedic perspective. What I feel is coming and has been a theme for us is about what we value, because from a Western perspective, Uranus is in Taurus, and Uranus, this great awakener, is really asking us, what do you value? What is really close to your heart and what do you want to bring in? Now, from a Vedic perspective, the new moon is in a nakshatra called Mirga Shira, which is the stag's head or the wild deer's head, this passionate running to really be in your heart's truth. So what is your heart's truth and what do you feel like you want to fulfill? Now, the eclipse invites us to snip away eclipse out of our lives, those old things. We've been going through the eclipse portal. There's always typically like two eclipses, a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse together. Last year we had like a lunar eclipse, and then we had a solar eclipse, and then a lunar eclipse, and I think we had 6, and normally we have like 4 or 5 a year. So last year was definitely something different. This year we come back to some normality, right? But it's asking you, what do you value? What is truthfully yours? And what do you want to stand in? Where it's no good beating around the bush. If your day is filled with something that you despise and don't want to be doing, and you have the opportunity to shift what you can be doing and want to step into your dharma, this is time to take that step. Eclipse out the old and start something new. Now, Mercury conjoins the new moon too, so it's in a conjunction with the new moon. Mercury's in retrograde, so there's this piece of reflecting back on the last 6 months or so and seeing where's your head been, where have you stuck it into, and how can you review what you've done, take the good and leave the bad, if you will, and start anew. So there's a lot of mercurial energy. There's also Venus is in Gemini and Mercury is in Taurus. So there's this yoga going on between the two. They're kind of enjoying each other's space here. Venus is bringing in and also looking at like, what's the quality of your mind? Is it beautiful? And ask yourself, be honest with yourself, is the quality of your mind beautiful? Is this the quality of your thoughts? Is it beautifying your world? Is it something that you want to take with you, or do you not want to take that with you? So think about that for a second while I shuffle the cards and see what the oracle has to offer us today. Whilst you're thinking about that, close your eyes and really connect inwardly so you can find inside of you what feels true, what feels ripe for you to do. Let's see. Take a moment here to really settle into your seat. Ground yourself. There was a message earlier on today about grounding, so it's always good to ground and feel ourselves connected, especially with this new moon in Taurus, which is an earth sign. It's really asking for us to be grounded in ourselves and not be too mercurial in our mind, because this mercurial energy that's retrograding, that's conjoining with the moon, it's going to bring us into a place where we're going to, again, our thoughts are going to be very distinctive. Our communication in relationships is going to be very distinctive. Maybe it's going to go easily, or maybe it's not going to go so fine. So maybe if you're having conversations that aren't going so fine, maybe it's time to just take a breather from them, or excuse yourself and take a breath. So let's see what the oracle has to offer us today. This is the passion of the wild red mother, and it's almost like transmuting. Like, so the sun's it's going to be a solar eclipse. This reminds me of like the solar rays, or the energy just coming off of the sun. And so we can feel that energy when it's happening. So when the light goes away, and in olden days, stepping outside when it was an eclipse was typically a bad omen. Some people still believe it's a bad omen to look at or be outside when it's an eclipse energy, because there's a blocking of energy. So what's been blocking? But this feels like this is releasing. So it's like almost like the gates have been closed, or the plug or the drain has been plugged. Something's been stuck in there. And this is maybe our life, where we've been in the past world, this patriarchal world that we've been stuck in. it feels like the sluice gates want to open us, allow us to really step into that place of our wildness, to our passion. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday too, and it's like, what is your passion? What is it you want to step back into or into? What have you been dreaming about, especially since a child? What is innately yours? Typically as a child, we remember our soul, we're closest to our soul when we're a child. We haven't had all the debris of schooling put onto our heads. So sometimes when we're looking, what is our passion, we can go back to the times. And even if it was like something that was playful, that you were lost in play, this is when you can start to discern where it is that your gifts lie within inside of you. What is it that you want to bring forward? There's a 36 on here, so a 9, an ending of a cycle. This is the solar eclipsing ending of a cycle. So it feels very combustible. There's something with Mercury. Yes, Mercury's in retrograde and it's combustible because it's right conjunct with the sun, meaning that the energy of the sun outshines. But then we have this eclipsing of Mercury. So it's really like this internal system that's happening inside of you. And I feel a lot of it is our inner communication. It's Taurus, so it's in our bodies, in this physicality. If something's not going right and we stress out about it, our body feels that stress. We should turn our face towards the light so the shadows can fall behind us. We've heard that quote before. And this is this essential time too, when the shadow is shown, where the moon blocks out the sunlight. We can to start to see our own shadows, the pieces that we want to eclipse from us. So as we go into the next couple of days, is really deciding, maybe we even fast, maybe we say, let's clean out our systems, clean out our mind, clean out our body. Because Uranus in Taurus is asking us to look at the physicality and is bringing in a new science or a new technology. And maybe we've been stuffing like fast food down our throats, and our body is a reflection of that too. So maybe we decide that we're going to clean out the fridge and clean out the cupboards and maybe go buy some organic food so we can start to really bring some health and wellness into our lives. And your health is your wealth. You cannot go, towards the grave without having a healthy body. Like if you give away your health, we're going to lose a lot of our value in life. Hopefully that makes some sense along the way. Health is your wealth. So look after your bodies too. This eclipsing of the sun is going to really bring out the shadow things for you to see. But it's really this internal mechanism again, how you're thinking about you, what you want to bring through. And then the new moons always offer opportunity to plant seeds. So the seeds that you plant will come to fruition in 6 months. Now, if you plant a seed in the soil, this is an important thing to do. You've got to feed it and nourish it and water it. That means you've got to bring your attention and awareness to, not just think about it and hope that fairy dust will sprinkle from the sky. And sometimes that does too, because it does. Trust me, I've seen this. But you need to bring action behind our wishes. We have to bring action behind our seeds. We need to take care of them. We've got to hone them. This is the law of attraction. Sit in that vortex of energy. Continue to feed it and imagine it as already done. Imagine that it has already blossomed into the most beautiful tree, or whatever it is that your wish is desiring, or your seeds that you're desiring to create or manifest. And I'll be sharing a little bit more about manifestation the next couple of weeks coming up, and maybe a process or two for you to clarify and understand how to really work with this oneness type of energy, as well as how do we manifest in this togetherness. If you're manifesting for you, the idea is that you should be manifesting for all, so that if it's you're manifesting for a beautiful home, maybe manifest a beautiful home for all beings, or people, or humans, or sentient beings to be living in a place where they feel comfortable too. So let us open up our requests, our seeds, as we throw them out into the soils of Mother Earth. We ask that these seeds that we plant, may they be good ones, and may they be good for all of humanity. So hopefully that made some sense to you. So from my heart to yours, may be blissfully blessed and have a beautiful day. Namaste. And again, this is Belinda Pearl. You can always find me at belindapearl.com. Namaste.